Alright, so we got a wire stripped, a soldering iron is hot, so let's put some solder on the tip just to get it started.
You better be using a fume extractor.
Fine. Hello, welcome to this project. Today we're going to be making a DIY fume extractor out of an old PC fan and some 3D printed parts. So why am I creating a fume extractor? Well, I've always wanted to solder inside instead of soldering where I can get eaten by mosquitoes, and also I needed a project for this week, so I thought, hey, might as well make something that I can actually use more than once. So what exactly does this fume extractor consist of? Well, it consists of a 12-volt DC fan that already has the positive and negative terminals stripped off, 2 3D printed parts, one to hold the fan, one to hold the filters, a 12-volt DC power supply fan that my dad's had since apparently the early 80s when he went to college, and it actually has a built-in switch on it, so I don't have to worry about it being permanently on or permanently off. And it also has a nice square design which I was able to manipulate for this, for actually attaching it to it. Then some electrical tape just so that I can have it sit nicely on here. I don't want to damage this because my dad would be very, very unhappy if I were to damage something that he's had for longer than me. And then last but not least, the actual filters themselves are carbon filters. I think they might be HEPA rated, but I mean, here's the Amazon thing right here. But we're going to be using this, and we're going to double stack it, and that should be more than enough. Alright, so now that it's built and it's functional, we need to test it to actually make sure it's, well, as good as I say it is. So we're going to do that by testing it with solder, obviously, but we're also going to use it with a candle, some potpourri, and we're actually going to light a fire in front of it and just see if it can suck out the smoke. So let's get to testing it. So while this heats up, we need to figure out how well this thing actually works. Now thankfully, as I said before, this power supply has a switch. Now with the switch, what we can do is we can see how much smoke is created by whatever we're testing when this is off and then when it's on, which would give us a pretty darn good basis of pretty much how well this thing works. Now I do realize that this is not a perfect filter because, well, this is not the filter that would normally go inside a fume extractor, but this is sort of just a DIY something quick. So alright, let's see if it's heated up. Ooh, it definitely is heated up. Now, we're going to try and tin a wire, which is normally what I would do inside, so it would sort of be the same amount of smoke I'd be used to. Alright, that is a lot of smoke. Alright, so let's tin the wire, now with the fan on. I mean, after watching the stuff, looks really darn well for me. I mean, it pulled a lot of smoke out. There were still some that existed, but I mean, it was a significant amount less, which does show that this does, in fact, work, if albeit not as super great. So I guess it would be great for soldering sort of outside in an area where you don't want other people smelling it, but I don't think it's a great for indoor soldering, if I have to be honest. Alright, so the next thing to test on our list is a candle. Now, I don't know how much smoke this candle is going to light when it starts up, but I do know that it does make a lot of smoke when I blow it out. So I'm first going to light it up, then I'm going to blow it out, and then I'm going to repeat the same thing, but that time with the fume extractor on. Alright, so with it lit, it's not creating that much smoke, so let's just blow it out. Alright. Alright, so that's a decent amount of smoke, plus it's also prolonged. So now we're going to light it, but with the fume extractor on. Alright, so the fume extractor's on, the candle is lit, now let's blow it out. For a windy day that's also blowing, I think that works pretty darn well. So again, it works pretty darn well. It's just the fact that these aren't really the filters that you would normally use. So, alright, let's move on to the next thing. So now I'm just going to create a small fire with some napkins just to see how much smoke it puts out, and then we're going to turn on the fume extractor. Alright, so as you can see, it makes quite a good amount of smoke. It's not as thick as the other one, so we're going to see now, once we put it out obviously, how it now looks with the fume extractor on. Alright, so with it out, let's go turn on the fume extractor and see how it goes. So as you can see, even though the wind did blow it around quite a bit, it did still suck a lot of smoke in, and it honestly kept it out as well. So I'm very happy with that. So now I know if I ever need to put out a fire and I don't want it to stink up the house, just use this fume extractor. And also, before you ask, I do have more than enough water to put out both of those fires, which I did off screen. So I am being fire safe. So this last one is a little bit different than the rest. We're not going for smoke, we're going for smell. I'm just curious to see if this will work. So I have two different types of potpourri. One of them, this one, I'm going to just just spray right in front of here, trying to do as small as I can, and then I'm going to see if I can smell it on this side. I assume I will. But then I'm going to turn on the fume extractor and spray this one and see if I can smell it on the other side, which I actually don't know. This is just sort of me just saying, hey, who knows, what might happen. So let's just take a nice spray. I can definitely smell it. Yeah, I can definitely smell it. Now, let's see. That's what it smells like. I don't smell it. No, that can't be. That can't be. No, I don't smell it. I still only smell this one. And this one definitely does still smell. But I don't know if that's a fluke or I'm nose blind to it, because I can smell this. Like, I can smell this over here. I can't smell it over here. I don't know. That's a bit weird. But I mean, I'm not lying. I have nothing gained. But that's weird. I might just be nose blind, but that's weird. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all 4 things. So, now let's go get some, well, testimonies if I can get anyone to actually join this video. So now with the compilation done, you can see that it does work. It doesn't work perfectly, but it works. I'd have to say it's sort of, I would price this at, if you were to buy it, I don't know, maybe $5, $10. It doesn't work great, but it still works. It's something that if you need something in a quick jiffy, it'll work. So, I mean, I'm happy with it because, I mean, I made it, and all I need to do is just buy a filter that would fit that, and it works perfectly fine. I mean, if I remove both filters, it's still a fan. Oop, I forgot I unplugged it. But it still works. So, I'm fairly happy with that. And, I mean, yeah, I mean, in this video, we made a fume extractor. I mean, I didn't say we were making the filters for the fume extractor, I said we made a fume extractor. And I mean, the filters, they work. They're just not great. So, I think at some point I'd probably make a short just giving y'all an update of, well, what it would look like with an actual good filter in it. So, yeah. And also the best part is, since this uses the electrical tape to hold it together, all I need to do is just remove that electrical tape and I could put in new filters, which that's the reason why I had them sort of slide in. So, yeah. So, that's it. This is a quick video, and sadly this might be my second to last video because, well, school starts for me in about a week or so. So, I don't know how much I'll be able to upload then. I might have to drop it to 2 weeks per video instead of 1 week per video. So, yeah, but thank you so much for watching. This summer's been fun. A lot of good videos, and I've had a lot of fun making them. So, well, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully I can edit this to be good. So, bye. Alright, so just a quick sneak peek for a video that I plan to do way later, maybe 2-3 weeks later than now, is I'm going to do a video where I have a bunch of accelerometers, some with GPS attached to them, some without, and I'm going to see how much drift they get. And I'm not talking about, oh, you walk 5 feet. I'm talking you walk a mile, 2, 3, 4 miles, and I'm going to see which one's the most inaccurate and which one's the most accurate. Now, I plan to sort of have some interesting, not necessarily cheats, but some interesting parts of that video. One might be where I go inside where the GPS loses tracking, and so it has to work on its own. So, who knows? So, alright, well, again, thank you so much for watching. I'll hopefully see you next week, and who knows?